Top of the morning. Welcome to the kitchen table. Father Joe's here laughing at me, all right? That's great.
He spends a lot of time at the kitchen table,
Yeah,
folks.
this is my real desk at home, my working desk. A number of friends and loved ones don't go to church or alone confession. They feel they live good lives and aren't doing anything wrong. It breaks my heart to think people I love will go to hell. When I talk to them, it falls on deaf ears. So what can I do? Well, first of all, I think, is to stay away from any judgment about your loved ones. Who's going to hell? Who's going to heaven? Who knows? I can tell you this, that God loves those people that you're concerned about. And you and I, in life, have no control over people. All we can do is offer them the best example and witness of our lives, and let that be what it is. So my suggestion to anybody who has that anxiety is just be the best self you can be. Be the best Christian you can be without any judgment or, if you will, investigating what your son, daughter, or loved ones are doing. They're in God's good hands, and there's no better place for them to be. My brother at times will interrogate, he doesn't ask, he'll interrogate his nieces and nephews, or grandchildren rather, whether or not they're going to church on Sunday. And they clam up. I say, brother, why are you interrogating them? Just tell them what your experience was at Mass this weekend and let it go. Okay, I hope that's helpful. But you can really trust in the Lord's love for your loved ones, who loves them even more than you. Second question. It seems without explanation we started raising our hands during the Lord's Prayer. Well, that probably originates from, most recently, the charismatic movement, where people are invited to pray with their bodily gestures. And it's also one of the ways that the Jewish people always prayed, with their hands lifted up to God. And so sometimes people feel very, very comfortable in doing that, in lifting up their hands in prayer. So I hope that's helpful. It's something I feel very comfortable in doing. Other people may not feel that comfortable in doing. But whatever makes you comfortable in your own experience. And thank you for the questions. Now we have one surprise question here. Ta-da! What kind of punishments did you receive growing up in school or at home? Most of my punishments were physical punishments. I never had any verbal punishments or emotional punishments. In high school, if you acted up, the brothers just brought you into the coat room and gave you 3 shots in each hand with a strap. And it was all over. It was done. However, in grammar school, when you were in trouble, the nuns would talk you to death. And it was like Chinese torture. And I'd say, sister, when you'd be looking down at her as an 8th grader, will you just hit me and get it over with so we can move on here? But no, sister would keep on going about what your mother would be, how she feel, your father, your sister, your brother, or the priest, you're an altar. Oh, geez, on and on and on. So those are the punishments. And I could never understand why kids would act up in school, because it never happened where I went to school. Of course, physical punishment was readily accepted by parents at home. My mother said, I can still remember when I went to the 1st grade, Sister Mary Irene, sister, if he acts up, you can whack him as much as you want and let me know and I'll whack him when he gets home. So that's how I get my punishments were. But nothing ever verbal from my mother or my father. It was always physical. So you can tell the damage it's caused in my life. God love you.
Scarred for life.